I love you. Say it back.
Fucking say it back, Xander.
Me too.
Hey guys, welcome to the show. Today we're talking episodes 5 through 8 of The Ultimatum Queer Love.
That's right, man. They just keep feeding us the drama, don't they?
Yeah.
Holy
boy.
cow,
Man,
man.
I'm loving this show.
I don't think this show
Damn.
focuses on much good stuff going on with these
No, dude,
couples
no.
this
It's-
go around.
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
it got pretty crazy, man. Oh,
Yeah,
dude.
across the board pretty much.
Yeah.
This might be my favorite show.
I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's pretty damn crazy.
I think
Like
it
the
might
show
be.
or this edition or what? What are we talking?
This edition,
You like the women?
I'm really invested in these people's relationships. Like, I am rooting for people and I'm rooting against
There's
people.
not too many people I'm rooting for at this point. I gotta be honest.
Yeah,
with
no,
Really?
after this last set of episodes, it's kind of who do you root for the way things are going now, right? It's
Well,
like,
I'm torn. I'm torn about a certain couple and then another couple, which
Yeah.
and as they are, and that's what it's like. Oh, it's like
yeah,
it's
man,
getting to me.
Yoli falls in love easy, man. She she's in love with two people now.
yeah. Mal called that one.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Well, Yoli drops that Vanessa and Ray had sex to Xander.
Ooh, yeah, she did.
Like she's kind of curious, and she's like, "You want me to tell you? I'll tell you if you want me to tell
Oh,
you."
you want to know
She
now?
wanted to tell her. You know what I
She
mean?
did,
She was
yeah,
just
she
like,
did.
"Say the word."
Yeah.
I got you.
But
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, what can Xander like? Xander's been having sex, so like I don't know what.
Had they had
Xander-
sex prior to that
Yeah,
happening yet?
yes.
Yeah, I guess
So.
I don't remember.
At
if they
least the
had
way
or
the
not.
episodes show it, because
Yeah, maybe.
they had in the last set of episodes.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So yeah.
But I think the funniest part about all this, man, is just manipulative Vanessa. The whole time was thinking, oh, Xander's, she's got nothing. She's not gonna hook up with anybody, and now here Xander is just having a good old time, man.
Xander apparently
like,
doesn't
yeah.
like to have sex with anyone but Vanessa.
Yeah, you could tell from this show.
I don't think that's true, Vanessa.
No, not at all.
Vanessa tells Ray she was attacked by Lexi. And then, Ray kind of defends her and says it was consensual and all this other kind of stuff.
Yeah.
What'd you think of that?
Yeah, well, Vanessa also told Ray that Lexi she said she was bragging about
Yeah,
You know,
she
I
said
was
that she
like,
was bragging about it.
yeah.
I was like, no, she wasn't.
No, not at all. It's Vanessa just loves starting crap, man. She,
Yeah.
just the way she words things is completely different from how they really went down. And it's like, dude, you are such an instigator, man. She's such an instigator, trying to, of course, Mal calls her out on it later. And it's just that chick is just nuts.
And
man.
she turns it around always to
Oh,
about
yeah.
how it affects her and
Mhm.
well,
It's
how
all
do you think
about her.
that made me feel? Or, that was unfair to me. And it's like, okay, we're not going to talk about what you're doing.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, she.
Any little situation.
No, she always flips the script on how it's, somebody else's fault. It's not hers,
Yeah.
And it's oh, and I'm just like, dude, what the hell's wrong with you? What is wrong with this? But then later on when you meet her dad, I kind of oh, okay, I get it now. when he starts talking about kind of relationships and stuff, and I was like, okay, I can kind of
Yeah,
understand where she gets it from. But.
and Ozzy and Mildred, they're still having communication issues. And
Oh, yeah,
Ozzy
man.
puts on her running shoes and she gets the hell out.
She can't take it, man. I just can't do this, man. I just can't
Ozzy
do
needs a shoe sponsor.
this. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now, Ozzy, man, I feel bad for her, dude.
Yeah.
She obviously has a whole crap ton of pent up stuff inside of her from her childhood. I mean, she's like an 8-year-old in a 42-year-old's body. And she just hasn't gotten over whatever the hell happened to her as a kid. And she keeps bringing that up. And she just curls up in her little ball and doesn't want to get in any confrontation whatsoever. And she needs therapy. That woman needs lots and lots of therapy.
You can see her
Oh, my gosh.
just oh no.
Oh, yeah.
There's
Oh, yeah.
a conversation that's happening. It's uncomfortable. I gotta go.
No.
Yeah, I just don't know. She's 42. I mean, you can't be talking about crap going on in your childhood
Right.
and blaming that. And,
yeah,
and
it's
she
crazy.
defends her parents later. So I'm like, how rough of a childhood can she have? She
Mhm.
defends her parents. And we meet her brother later on. He seems
He
like a
seems
good
fine.
dude.
Yeah.
So
Well, and I think Sam kind of pointed that out, that she has her brother, and I think she said her grandmother kind of supported her and stuff
Mhm.
like that. So I don't know what this rough childhood is, other than the non-open-mindedness of her family.
yeah, she
Right.
does allude
know.
to her parents not being open-minded.
And
Right.
that she hasn't come out to her family, which I
Yeah.
don't see how they don't already see that.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. And even her brother was like, when are you ever going to tell mom and dad, So,
But so that I know I mean, not from experience, but I do know that having a non-supportive family and trying to come out and with that, like living a double lifestyle, that adds a lot of stress.
Yeah,
but she doesn't even refer to that as being the problem. It's her childhood, like
so I don't know if that's related,
happened to her,
but she doesn't really get too much into it. But I'm like, you're 42.
Yeah. Exactly. And like I said, she's like an 8-year-old living in a 42-year-old's body, man. Because I mean, it's crazy, man.
And I'm not saying she didn't have like some bumps in the road in her childhood, but you can't let that hold you back at that age at this point.
Yeah, no doubt.
Especially when you can acknowledge it and say that.
And I would tell you this: what makes me also think it wasn't too bad, like the stuff people are talking to her about is not so tremendous. She should shut down.
No, dude, it's like normal relationship stuff. Now I will say, like the way Mildred goes about things, dude, she does attack.
Oh,
like
God.
Now Mildred's a freaking pit bull, Mildred is kind of a bulldog, but like Sam does this later in the same result.
Yeah.
No doubt. Yeah.
Well, and I think it's a matter of like whatever happened to her as a child, or she was not free to speak or do whatever she wanted to do, I guess, and maybe that's what it is. I don't think it's about the content of what they're talking to her about. It's the fact that they're talking to her about her
it's
not doing something they want.
A little weird that her parents, I guess, don't know, because she says when like me and my brother were kids, I played the husband while he played the wife. So I'm kind of, and like, how do you not know? Like, you can kind of just tell talking to her and stuff. Like,
well, because she almost made it sound like maybe her mother was the breadwinner in the family or something. Because she kind of said, I was raised that way, and it's just. So maybe, I don't know, maybe she was raised where her mom was like the strong female, type in the family and was the breadwinner. I don't know. But yeah, whatever the situation was, man, at 42 years old, if you haven't gotten through this stuff, then you need to go to counseling. Period.
Yeah, true.
She needs to go to counseling. She needs to talk to somebody about it.
You got to be able to communicate more effectively than what she's doing. That's for sure.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, that is definitely her biggest weakness.
Yeah, and the thing is, if she knows it, it's like, if you know it, then go get it taken care of.
Very like gentle.
Oh, dude, Sam is super. She's a sweetheart, man. Like, I got a girl puts up so much crap, and I was like, damn,
I don't like how they keep talking about the new Sam. Well, the new Sam is going to talk to you about this. The new Sam is going to. So it makes me wonder, like, what did the old Sam do? Just like, okay, she's running away.
Yeah, very passive. Yeah, that's what it was alluded to. The old Sam was very passive, and she would just like, okay, kind of just do it Aussie's way.
So,
but now she's kind of speaking her mind more.
Even when she's speaking her mind, she's not raising her voice. She's not.
She's a little more assertive, I think. She's definitely a little more assertive.
Right, it shouldn't be enough for like,
voice.
oh my God, I'm shutting down because I can't believe you said that to me.
Yeah, exactly. That's weird. It's because they're sitting there at the bar, and they're talking with a friend, and she's like, I can't take it. She runs outside, and then she's crying to the friend.
Shit! I fucking didn't do shit! I fucking didn't do it! Come here. I fucking didn't do it! I didn't do it! Come here. I'm just trying to be good with her.
And then
that was awkward.
Yeah, and then she gets the Uber. Peace out. I was like, "What the heck just happened?"
But in this circumstance, she packs her shit and she leaves Mildred.
Yeah, and
then Mildred tries to act like it's fine. She can do whatever. Like, this doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Why didn't she take out the trash?"
And then she's like, "Maybe I should call Sam to come clean up after us."
And then she's like, "She didn't even put this basket over here." And then she breaks down. Like, you kind of tell she was putting on a front.
Oh yeah.
And then they got to her. So
yeah, I mean, Mildred's.
She's tough to live with.
She absolutely do. She's very aggressive. Very just.
She's a Latina. Let's not forget.
Yeah. Well, and that's great the way and I love the way the Tiff handled that too.
Yeah, you can't use that as an excuse.
No. I mean, Tiff said it best. She's like, look, dude. She's like, freaking, being nice to people and having rash conversations has nothing to do with race. She's like. Be able to have no conversation no matter if you're Latina or what, so.
Well, when can she talk?
Yeah, right.
When am I supposed to talk? How do I know when it's my turn to talk?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Well, Tiff and Mildred argue over arguing, which is crazy to me. Like, and they can't even go a day without arguing.
Yeah.
They can't have a conversation without arguing.
Dude, then you find out they break up like every 2 weeks, and it's like, holy cow, man.
And you see Mildred do it.
Tiff said every week, and Mildred's like, come on, it's not every week. Tiff's like, fine, like every 2 weeks then.
Yeah, that's
and then Mildred's like, yeah, okay, yeah, exactly. I was like, damn. Like, is there really a difference at that point?
Well, it's weird because this whole process, they're supposed to be like getting to either figure out that they want to be with the person, or grow and see what's missing in the relationship and what else they can bring to the relationship. Mildred doesn't seem to be doing anything to like improve upon her communication skills or what she could be doing wrong in the relationship or something she could do better to improve that relationship. She's just wants Tiff.
But she does talk like she does, right? She's like, look, I know there's stuff I need to work on when she's talking to Tiff some. but then it's like right back
What
to the
is
same.
it?
Yeah, right, exactly. But then it's right back to the same, just combative Mildred. So yeah, she definitely has to just work on listening more and just having a conversation instead of a freaking battle. And that's her big thing. She freaking battles. She doesn't
Yeah.
converse, man. She's just all
Mildred
in.
and Ozzy never worked, and Tiff and Sam never really worked.
No.
Yeah.
I did
I
like
agree.
when Tiff was talking to her friend Natasha. Natasha like kind of took over hosting duties on the show.
Yeah, dude, yeah, no
I
doubt.
love her.
Oh yeah, it was awesome.
She's
She
like,
should
"Let's
be
get to
a
the bottom
host."
of this
Yeah.
thing. Let me have a crack at it real quick.
Yeah.
But-
No, she did that with both Sam and Tiff and
And the other two,
and then Tiff and Mildred
Yeah,
later
exactly.
on. Yeah.
But what I will say about Sam and Tiff though is they had like a best friend relationship by the end of everything, right? They were just so cool and just laughing.
But
with
they
each
said
other
they
and
didn't even
stuff,
hold hands, so they didn't even
No.
try to be intimate. It was just
No,
more
just
like
more like,
Yeah.
hey, we're good friends and this
learning
is cool.
from each other, I guess.
Which I think
Exactly.
you can go through this show going one way or the other, right? Like they were trying to be friends, but maybe try to point out to each other what they
Right.
could do better in their own relationships versus actually trying to see, do I want to be with that person?
Yeah, and I think that's definitely what those two did, right?
Yeah.
And I think it worked out great for them. And I mean, they had that rough patch in the very beginning with the dog situation.
Oof.
But after that, man, they got that squared away and everything was cool with them, man. They were just, and they were laughing a lot and having fun together. So it was good to watch them just because, there wasn't any freaking screaming and yelling at each other or anything, just they were having a good time. So
Yeah, and Lexi and Mal meet with Mal's friend, and Mal's friend doesn't seem too convinced on this new relationship.
No.
Mhm. No. Yeah,
And-
well,
and then they start having the conversations like, do you think you could have more than one soulmate?
right.
And it's not sounding too good for these two all of a
No.
sudden.
Well, and the thing is, though, Lexi keeps saying like, "Yep, this is my wife now." Yep, she, I'm like Lexi's already like all in with Mal, during this conversation, and I'm like, when we first saw Lexi, I thought, man, she's very mature, but now she's really showing her age when she's, during a lot of these last couple episodes we're seeing,
Yeah.
with that, like, oh, I'm all in with Mal, and just like, dude, you've been with her for like a week, and it's, and just how controlling she is that we see later on and stuff. I'm like, okay, now I'm seeing, where some of the issues could be with her. So.
Yeah, but I like her and Mal together. I like Mal. This is where I struggle. Like, there's like a whole love square. I don't think it's a triangle. I think it's a square that I like here. But I like their relationship, but I do see it very much as a friendship. Like I see them being really
Who,
good
Mal and
friends.
Lexi?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think that's kind of how more Mal sees it too.
Yeah.
Because even when, who is it that said, hey, do you love her? How do you love her? She's like, well, I don't love her the way I love you. It's different. Right. So I think, for that, I think, Mal just sees Lexi as like a really cool friend, but I don't think Mal would really seriously consider, being with Lexi.
Right. And their trial marriage was
Well, she
flawless.
actually said, I would marry you.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
told her. She told her that, but then later on,
It
when
just
you see
seemed
the
like
stuff,
they-
it didn't seem like
It stopped going forward at some
the
point.
vibe
Yeah.
wasn't there, right? She said that, but then like during the whole time, the vibe wasn't there. It was more of a friend vibe,
Well, let's talk about the changeover. Now, Vanessa kind of apologizes for having sex with Ray and all that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the table wasn't having it.
No, they weren't.
Well, it's kind of ridiculous because she
Yeah.
never really showed any regret or
she
anything
didn't.
like
She
that.
showed no remorse whatsoever,
Yeah.
man, none. And like, anytime anything serious was happening, and like you would think she would show some kind of feelings or emotions, nope.
She values
Never, man.
everybody, though. That's what she said.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it's all about her.
It was important to her.
It is all about her.
She
man.
did read her little letter,
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing with her. It is all about her.
Oh, yeah, no,
She's like got to be
it
the
is the
center of
Vanessa show.
attention.
Yep.
And now that this whole table hates me, no one wants to give me a chance. Like, woe is me. And I'm like, you put yourself in this situation.
And what
Mhm.
happens? Xander sticks up
Again,
for her
yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well-
at this point, I get it. I mean, Xander loves her. He's been with her for 4 years. I get how she's trying to stick up for her, but how do you, that type of behavior? How do you stick up for it? I don't get it. But
It's tough, and you can see it hurt Yoli to see
Mhm.
her. They showed her face, and she's just like, no.
Yeah. Well, then, how about, so, during these conversations when Xander's with Vanessa, and Vanessa's like, do you love Yoli? And Xander's like, I don't know. But previously Xander had told Yoli, hey, I'm in love with you. I love you. Right. But yet when and then you flash to Yoli and Mal, and Yoli flat out tells Mal, hey, I fell in love with Xander,
Yeah.
So she's way more open and honest with Mal than Xander is with Vanessa. Right. So,
Well, because Vanessa's a
Well,
wild card.
yeah.
Like, you gotta be careful what information you feed her.
So
Yeah.
at the table, Vanessa asks, did you guys hook up?
Yeah.
And they kind of dodged the question.
They did, and they did
yeah.
it so well.
They did. They said they were like, it's kind of a conversation for later.
Yeah. And I mean, at that point in time, it's like, duh.
right, exactly.
But yeah, like, and she's like, well, I want to know. I want to know. She pursues it and presses the issue though. And it's like in front of everybody at this table, is that the time to say it? Like what if she had said yes? Like then how would Vanessa have reacted?
Probably pretty good knowing Vanessa because you can't really,
you
you never know how that girl's going to react to something.
Right.
Okay, so Vanessa tells Xander she's ready for marriage and that she's grown.
Yeah, man. It's like, really? Dude, so here's what I think about that whole situation. Vanessa is jealous as hell now.
Yep.
And she's manipulating freaking Xander like crazy to pick her, right, over freaking Zoli when in all actuality, you know, she should really be like, you know what, Xander probably be a hell of a lot happier with Zoli. Let me just let her go.
Yoli.
Yeah, he's a good lord. Yoli, thank you. Xander and Zoli.
That's
Yoli.
her ship name.
So she's just manipulating the hell out of Xander at this point, and of course Xander's buying it, like, oh yeah, you know, oh so great that you love me now. But the funny thing is, you could see on Xander's face sometimes where she's thinking about it, like, is she being honest with me here? You know, so it's just
I gotta be honest. Like I don't like Xander after these episodes at all.
Yeah.
She's really gone so far down the way she hooks up with one, tells one thing, hooks up with the other one, tells another. I don't like that crap at all.
No, you're right.
That's
because
true.
she was not honest at all with Vanessa about, you know, when Vanessa asked her, you know, do you love her? And she's like, I don't know. You know, it's like, dude, just tell her, you know, just tell her.
Yeah, it's, I don't know. I feel like there's a struggle to be honest with Vanessa because Vanessa's such a wild card. You never know what she's going to do. And maybe, you know, there's history there. There's 4 years there, and we can see how manipulative Vanessa is. So maybe she's like, I can't give her.
Yeah, but you don't go and have sex with her at the same
fair.
time.
That's fair.
True.
Like,
That's
I
true.
don't
Fair
know
enough.
why
Who are
she
you
did
being
that.
loyal to at this point?
Right.
You're just floating around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair enough. Yeah.
And I don't like that.
Yeah, I think that shift changed when Vanessa asked her to stop communicating with Yoli. And then she's like, okay.
Like, if I'm Yoli, I don't like this crap either.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you could tell Yoli was uncomfortable, you know, whenever they had that all group get together.
Yeah.
And, you know, and rightfully so. But, I mean, yeah, no, I'm completely with you. Like, at that point, if you really love Yoli and things was working that great with her, then why are you going right back to having sex with Vanessa right off the bat, you know?
And Vanessa's dad kind of calls what's happening here.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, he was on point.
He's like,
Right.
let me tell you something.
Oh,
Yeah, he was on
I mean,
point
he's
with
like,
it.
yeah, you just don't want to lose her. Now you got to fight for her. And he's like, that's not a good path to go down. He's
Yeah.
like, it's not that.
Yeah, I
yeah,
see
that's
Vanessa.
exactly what it is.
She saw that she was losing. She wants to be wanted. She wants Xander to want her.
Mhm.
She doesn't want Xander as much as Xander wanted her or still wants her, whoever
Right, and
knows. But she can't lose her. And I feel like if they were to stay together and move on from this, she'd be like, okay, I kept her. And she's still going to go about her
Yeah,
way.
that's
and do her
exactly
own
what's going
thing.
to happen. And the thing is, and the big thing for her is she doesn't have anybody to fall back on. Didn't work out with Ray,
Mhm.
right? So
Right.
at this point, you know, Xander's her only option, right? And she doesn't, you know, and like I said, she wants to win. You know,
And
and
the fact
she's
that Xander found somebody else that she could
Mhm.
potentially be with, like, no. I think Xander was her safe zone.
hey, that's exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the couples reuniting. Now, Lexi and Ray, there's some turbulence there. And I don't know if they're
Yeah,
going to
bro.
get past it.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
Like this is where you really start to see Lexi's where she's getting very that's what I said earlier. Controlling. Thank you. Yes. She's very controlling in her relationship,
Yeah,
and
but she was just cheated on, so.
no, was she? Because they were on a break. You remember?
They were on
They-
the break.
dude, they are broken up,
And
right?
I
They're
I
broken
mean,
up.
the show tries to convince you
Yeah.
that, but the reality is you're not.
Now, however, what she did say was, you know what? When you and I came into this, we came into it with no rules.
She did
you know?
say that.
And she said, and you came to me saying, hey, I'm not going to sleep with Vanessa. You have nothing to worry about. And you lied to me. So at that point, it's like, wow, okay, that's pretty messed up if that's the
Yeah.
case.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But however, you know, Lexi also makes it all about her and her feelings. I mean, she's never once really talked about Ray's feelings or anything. It's, I mean,
But she's the one who got cheated
So-
on.
even not just, yeah. Not,
He's like, I don't
Dude.
get it,
Ray's like,
Billy.
what about my feelings when I cheated on you?
I'm talking about just the relationship
felt
as a whole.
good.
Yeah, right. Well, she couldn't get her to say that she regretted it, right? She's like, oh, so you're not gonna say you regret
She
it.
doesn't
Yeah.
act
You know?
too much like it. I mean,
No.
she kind of was like, I'm sorry, what did you do? But like, you don't really seem like you're that regretful.
Yeah,
Well, she didn't
she's
say
not.
she was. But the thing
She's
is,
not.
but the whole, even their whole relationship, you can definitely tell that Lexi just makes it all about her for the most part and just internalizes everything, and what killed me was, the fact that she throws her under the bus with mom and dad, right? This poor girl's
That is
got
very weird.
this poor girl's
that
got
conversation
this
with
poor
mom and
girl's
dad
got
there.
nobody to back her up,
Mhm.
and she just feeds her to the wolves.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you just cheated on me, and it's like, dude, what the hell are you
I
doing
think
having
the
this
parents
conversation?
said, well, you were on a break, so.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
And that
her
was cool.
dad.
Her dad,
Her dad
he
was
did.
like,
Yeah, he
"We
did.
on a break."
Yeah, he did say
That's
that.
a technicality.
Oh yeah,
So.
but the mom was still like taking Lexi's side. But the fact that she brought it up to her parents to begin with, period, just screwed up.
I don't know
It's
why
like,
they're just having that conversation.
Yeah.
She must have a special relationship with
Oh,
her
she
parents.
must, because I mean,
And the grandpa, I guess. But
right, call grandpa.
But she's another one, kind of like Mildred, that they don't seem to be doing any reflecting or changing on who they
No,
are, and
not
who
at
they
all.
are in the relationship.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Lexi's always talked about how Ray's not showing up for her to be
Mhm.
what she wants and she needs, and
Yeah.
I don't know. Is she just perfect?
She thinks she is.
She
Lexi thinks she's perfect. I tell you right now, she
looks
does.
pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't
she
think
thinks-
Ray is comforting her and making her feel like she's number one too
No.
much, honestly.
No, she's not.
So,
Well, that's because Ray's at this point, I don't think he's completely in it anymore. She's like, man, do I really want this? And
I think part of it's just Ray's personality too.
she's very she's kind of non-confrontational as well. Like,
Yeah.
not to the point of Aussie, but she's definitely non-confrontational. She's kind of a more laid-back person, So yeah, but like I said, I think it is. I really liked Lexi at the first 4 episodes. After these 4, not as much.
The only thing that
So-
bothers me about Lexi is she kind of acts like she gets past it and then keeps bringing it
Yeah,
up. So
exactly.
she
Yep.
doesn't allow them to move past it,
No.
but she acts
she never
like we're moving past it.
She is not going to get past that, and that's going to be a roadblock for
I
them
mean,
forever.
Vanessa is living rent free in her head
Mhm.
constantly.
And that's the thing. She keeps saying, I don't want Vanessa in my life. I just want to get her
She has
out of my
this
life.
power
Yeah.
over their
Oh, yeah.
relationship.
Yeah. But and then the fact that
But they are on a show together. You're going to see
Yeah.
her from time to time. But
Yeah.
whenever it happens, it brings everything back.
Well, and then the fact that she was basically forbidding her from even going and talking to Vanessa. It's like, dude, you guys are on this show together. You can't do that.
Yeah.
That was kind of childish. I thought.
I get it.
So I get it.
I get it.
I get why she wanted that, but you can't do that on this show. They're going to be around each other. They're gonna talk. So.
Well, we see what happens when you do allow people to talk. It sometimes doesn't
Yeah.
work.
Sure.
Look, when it comes to cheating, and whether you call this cheating or not, in Lexi's mind, it is.
Yeah, in her mind, it is.
Um, When it comes to that, you can either forgive and forget, or you can't.
Yeah,
Forget.
exactly.
Like you
There's
have
no-
to
yeah,
forget.
there's no other way
if
around
you're
it.
gonna forgive it, you have to
You gotta
forget.
let it
If
go.
you can't, it's never going to work because it will always come back up.
Yep, and if you keep bringing it back up, then that's just going to keep causing problems.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Now Vanessa confronts Xander and says, "I want to know what happened between you two."
Oh yeah.
And she's like, "I want specifics."
Xander's like, and Xander's like, I don't really think I need to get into that with you. And she's like, what do you mean you don't need to get into that with me?
Yeah. and what is crazy about Vanessa? She's like, "I want specifics. I
Yeah.
want to know what went down." Then they start like making out.
Did you
stuff.
use mouths?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, yeah,
So
I
she
don't.
acts like she's completely like turned off by this, and it's a problem. Then,
Yeah.
then she
But then
like
she-
turns her
Can I-
on.
can I
Actually,
climb in your lap?
And then she used her manipulation. And
Gotta
she's
climb
like, well,
into your
I'm
lap now as you tell me the
Yeah,
story.
exactly. I'm gonna sit in your lap. Yeah, she's so manipulative, man. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, because she can see Xander kind of replaying that stuff in
Uh-huh.
her head, and like she's like, that she didn't want to tell her because that's an intimate moment for her and Yoli, and that's
Yep.
that's precious to her relationship to Yoli, so she didn't want to bring that
Yeah.
to
Well-
her, and she's like, all right, well, I guess I got to put myself up in here, and so let me
Yeah,
crawl
well-
into your lap like a little
Yeah,
koala
it's very
bear.
odd.
Well, and then and then she's like, well, I noticed you've been, Instagramming, Zoli. That's not very fair to me, during our 3 weeks. You didn't Instagram me during your 3 weeks with Zoli, so she's kind of throwing that in there too, right? And so you just need to spend all this time with me. And Xander's like, okay.
I mean, that's a fair request from anyone, I
I
think.
think so.
But why'd you go on her phone? Like, apparently they do that. They're okay with that. I mean,
Yeah,
you
she said they
obviously
were.
had trust issues to do it. Like,
Right.
Now Mal and Yoli have a conversation, and quite honestly, I couldn't even concentrate on this because like her lipstick keeps going on and off, and like it's filmed like so out of order and pieced together.
Really? I didn't
can't even
notice
tell
this.
what the hell's going on here. I'm like, because she has lipstick on, she's
Mhm.
talking. She doesn't have lipstick on. Then she has lipstick on. Then she wipes the
Oh,
lipstick
dude, I didn't catch
off.
that either. Wow.
And
okay.
then I'm just like, when did this series of events happen? I can't believe you guys didn't catch this.
No, I didn't
It's
catch it
so
either.
blatant.
No, I was
Was that the conversation where when they were at the bar together when they're all?
No, this is once they reunite and they're in the apartment and they're just having a conversation about things, and
right
I'm just like, what? So,
that's
but
awesome.
they
Who
try.
knows how that conversation really went?
Well, and Yoli's, I mean,
They try to work things out, but
I will give it to Yoli. She is just a completely honest human being. You know, I mean, she spills it all out there for Mal, doesn't hold anything back. And I was like, wow, that's it's got to be hard, dude. Xander couldn't do it. You know, so the fact that she's just right, I fell in love with her, you know, I'm so conflicted right now.
And Mal deals with the information so well.
Yeah, she did. I was like, holy cow. For a while, she did. And then finally, she had her breaking point. Finally, she had her breaking point.
And
but
even when she had her breaking point, she's just like, I don't know how much you could tell she was trying not to cry and whatever. She's like, I just don't know how much I can take. And she steps away. She doesn't blow up, really.
No, she went outside
and then she comes back to it. Like,
yeah. And, Sam and Ozzy get back together, and they seem like they're more of a couple than, they were with the other people.
Briefly.
Yeah.
Until they talk.
And same thing with Sam and Ozzy and Mildred and Tiff. They're kind of in the same boat here. When they first reunite, it seems kind of great because, they're more intimate with their partner, and then things kind of break down from there. With communication, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
these four people do not know how to communicate with each other.
Well, again, Sam Ozzy just cannot do confrontation at all. She just curls up in her little ball and freaks out, and that's it, Yeah.
And
I'm just like, man, how can anybody have a relationship with that woman?
She says she shuts down.
Like I said, she needs counseling, man. She needs some major counseling.
You can see it. You can see it on her face, and it's just like as soon as the conversation starts, she's like, oh.
Nope,
she retreats.
Nope, I can't do this.
Yeah, and she does it. Even her body language, she slowly moves away from the situation.
I don't know, mate. So you call me mate? Like, why are you calling me mate?
Yeah, and then at one point, Vanessa over the little chat thing, they talk, and Vanessa tells her she loves her. And then she's like, say it back, Xander.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's really awkward.
And she says 3 times.
Yeah, like, you can say it.
Yeah.
You can say it.
Yeah.
Say it to me.
And finally, Xander's like, me too.
Yeah, I don't get them two, man. It's very awkward.
And then
but then Xander always gives in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and then because then, freaking Vanessa does something cool, like doing the hot air balloon ride, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which I lived in San Diego for 7 years. I did that hot air balloon ride, and it is awesome. It is a freaking awesome ride.
Those aren't going too well for people these days.
A little risky.
But it was fun when I did it. So so she'll do stuff like that, right? And Xander's like, "Oh my gosh, you're so amazing," And I'm
because
like, "Yeah, she's an amazing
Xander,
manipulative person,"
Xander is, I think she's a little bit of a victim of an abusive relationship. Vanessa has
she got her claws in
got her brainwashed in some way and manipulated in some way. She can't get past
to
it.
an extent.
Xander is just going with the flow, and she's like, I'm gonna ditch this chick at the end. I don't know.
Right, what?
Maybe.
Or I'm just gonna
I wouldn't blame her.
Right, wait till it comes, and I'm just gonna pick Zoli and really piss her off.
Yoli.
Or Yoli. Why do I keep saying
Yoli?
Why do I keep saying Zoli? Yoli.
Now,
Oh man,
Vanessa with this newfound information texts Mal.
Dude,
And Mal's like, why are you sending me this? We are not friends.
Yep, she is not having Mal sees manipulation right away. Mal's like, you're just trying to start shit with everybody.
But she's a little, I mean, she seems offended by it, and she's, let's go have a group talk. They talk, and then now she's like curious all of a sudden, starts probing it.
At first I thought she was like, yes, we're going to shut this down. And then she's like, well, since we're talking about it.
We're already here. I might as well
hear everything,
And well, that's the first time I'm hearing about that.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, Vanessa and Mal don't beat around the truth. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, no.
No.
They confront issues.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man.
And they don't care when and where. They're like, let's talk about this.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
And then this is kind of like where Yoli tells tells Mal, like, hey, I gotta go talk to Mildred real quick.
Just
and
Mildred.
she runs and goes and talks to
dude.
Xander.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I mean, Mildred's right there, but she's
Mildred's
talking
there.
to Xander.
Right, exactly.
So that's kind of messed up.
Yeah, when then she's like touching you, do you feel that? Touching her foot, And
All these people are at a bar together. Like, how sly do you think you're going to be when you say that? And then you just go run off to Xander and start hugging her and stuff.
No, there's no slap. But I, you know what? I will give Vanessa props for that night because not once did she go try to cut in on their conversations or nothing. So as I'm watching this, I'm like, damn, Vanessa, I'll give her props for that, but then of course,
you could see her kind of looking every now and then.
But then of course she brings that up later, like she wants credit for it with Xander. I let you have your time, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, you know what? You were doing so great, and then you just use that as like, you're wanting credit for it, and now you just ruined it. So.
And then Mal pulls her away and starts talking to her, and then she's like, I kind of want to go back.
Right.
And that's awkward too, because
Yeah.
she's like, well, is this a conversation I can like get in? And she's like, I don't think so.
I
don't think people are going to be quite honest or forthright if you're there. Yeah, authentic if you're there.
Yeah.
So that's rough, man.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I feel like Mal's done real dirty here.
No,
I
she was,
agree.
she
Like, I
was.
feel so bad for Mal. She's such a good person, and she's just
Like, just let her go if you're going to do this kind of crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, you can tell Mal really does, want the best for Yoli. She loves her. She wants the best for her.
And I get Yoli is really torn. I really believe that.
Dude,
like, she
there's no
likes
doubt
both
about it.
these girls, and I think she's really torn, but you can't do this to people.
No.
Yeah. And Mal says it. She's like, well, you can't have us both. And I think Yoli's like, really?
And
Can
Mal,
I not?
what I feel bad for, because Mal now starts fighting pretty hard, but like
At this point, it's maybe too little too
there's
late.
nothing you could probably say at this point.
Yeah,
If
exactly.
they are just not into you like that, then
Yeah.
And it seems like Yoli has in her heart like made up her mind.
Yeah, I think so.
But she's still like dragging Mal along with her and making her think she has a shot
Because
when
there's
I don't
no
think she does.
reason to not want to be with Mal.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Well, and
when
that's
you
probably
have,
what she's trying to reconcile.
Yeah, that's the problem when you have these type of situations. Like, the only reason they're on the show to begin with is because Mal didn't have the same timeline. They weren't having relationship problems. They weren't having like communication issues. They clearly communicate very well. So, she can't like put anything like a reason as to why she doesn't want to be with Mal so she can be with Xander. You know what I mean?
Well, then you find
the spark is not there, and she said we lost that.
Yeah.
And
well, then you find out there's kind of a money and stability thing in there as well, because when they're talking with the friend again.
Oh, they've talked about finance.
They talk about the finances. She's like, well,
she said, I'm putting money aside. What do you want?
Yeah, she's like, well,
I'm not buying it.
She's like, Xander's already got everything all lined up. She's like, you saw the finances? She's like, yep.
She said, she showed
You
me.
actually seen them? Girl, I seen the finances.
I've seen them.
You seen her bank account. Yeah.
I saw it all.
I'm like, and first of all, we didn't know that until that conversation either. And it's like, they really talked that far into their possibility of a future.
Well, and let's not forget, Yoli is older, so her clock is ticking, I guess.
Right.
For
I mean, most of these women are in their 30s.
Younger, so yeah. So I get that she might want that aspect in life.
But Mal is all in. She's ready.
Well,
Let's
now
do it.
that's her thing. She's like, now all of a sudden you're all in.
Right. Exactly.
Why did you come on this show? That was the purpose.
Well, she probably didn't think she'd meet someone like Xander.
Right.
So.
Well, and rightfully so, because now all of a sudden, it's kind of, Xander's got to be thinking that too, right? Oh, okay, now you're all in.
Because I think they even say that, like, what made you change your mind?
Yeah.
And she goes, Xander.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. Like, Mal even says it. Xander, that's what changed.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
she's right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Exactly right.
Yeah, this is tough. This is a tough 3 for me.
Yeah. Like,
because I don't care about Vanessa. Like, I don't want Xander with Vanessa. I get that Xander's kind of doing some things dirty here, but I like Xander and Yoli together. But I like Mal and Yoli together. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm like Yoli.
I think everyone is kind of rooting for Xander and Yoli, but I don't like the way she.
But I don't like to root
playing both
against
sides.
Mal.
Right. Yeah, I think. Honestly, at the end of the day, I think Xander and Yoli fit better than Yoli and Mal do, because I think Xander has the type of attitude and the type of just lovingness and caressing and the kind of romance.
You don't really know, because
she's
this
looking
is the
for.
honeymoon
That's true.
phase,
That's true.
So
That's
they
true.
just met. They have that passion and fire. What happens like 6 months from now?
Yeah,
when that
Mal
has
may have
worn
been
off?
that way at the beginning of their
Yeah,
relationship.
possibly. That's true.
I think people forget that sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
it's always exciting to meet someone new.
It's not
Oh, of
like
course
the
it is.
movies, guys. It never is.
But then Xander and Vanessa are hanging out, and like this is like one of those other issues where it's like Xander's like, yeah, everyone's telling me I need to choose Yoli over you, and Vanessa's like, that is rude as hell.
Yep.
Yeah.
But then she has this weird smile
on her
and starts
face.
making out with her.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You need to choose Yoli now. Like, if you're gonna choose her. I'm like, you don't need to gang up on me. That's not what I came
God,
in
what
here
a fucking
for.
thing to say when you came in here wanting to marry someone else. Like, also so fucking disrespectful to me.
Dude, Vanessa's always got like this devious
I don't
smile on her
get
face.
this
man.
woman.
like even when people are like feeling hurt and stuff, man, if it flashes Vanessa, she's got this like devious grin on her face. And just like,
Yeah,
damn that girl,
there's
man.
something
Like, she's
wrong
like,
with this.
Yeah.
That was incredibly disrespectful.
Yeah.
And you're like, what?
She's like,
Now let's make out. And I'm
Right,
like, what
right.
is happening? Like, this
Yeah.
girl is,
Yeah.
she's
Well, 'cause
going off the
now
deep end.
You've hurt me, but you can make it up to me. Let's
Right.
make out.
Right, yeah.
She just like makes a joke like we're dealing with some crazy shit here. And it's
Mhm.
like,
Oh yeah, man. No,
Yeah.
Vanessa's devious, man. She is devious.
I don't know what's going on. That
She
one's
she
fine.
tears up sometimes and acts hurt. She never gets mad about it.
No, and she never flat out cries. I mean, she'll have a couple tears here and there, but we've seen it. Pretty much every woman on that show actually cry. I think except Vanessa by this point.
And I think
So.
she really works. I think she works to try to develop the tears.
Right, right.
I don't know.
She's
that
like
they're
she's like trying to
authentic.
build them up, like just squeeze one out.
I can't do it, so I might as well just laugh.
Right.
It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but it hurts. I don't know. I have so much hurt for Mal. Like I feel bad for
Yeah.
Mal.
Yeah, Mal's a cool chick, man. It just it sucks
I
to
feel
see this
bad
point.
for Yoli because like I can see it. I can see why she's torn. Like
Yeah.
So the
That's the
show
problem.
like ends with Yoli and Mal. At the end
they're
there.
like the first couple up, right?
Yeah.
oof.
And I thought they were gonna like maybe show all this. I was like, what is going on?
Yeah,
There's,
so
like
did I.
2 more episodes to go.
I
Like,
knew.
slow down
Yeah,
a little
just
bit,
like-
Netflix.
Yeah.
I knew they weren't gonna give
Oh,
us
no.
the answer.
Well,
But-
it kind of got drawn out, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, yeah. As soon as it started drawing out, I'm like, all right, they're gonna end it right before she says yes or no.
Mhm.
But this one seems a little odd because, like, right before Mal even proposes, she's like, I'm like in love with Xander.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So you're like, but she's like, screw it, I'm gonna propose
But
anyway.
anyway,
Mal
yeah.
says I
And
kinda
her
knew
whole
that.
body language is not one of excitement
No.
and anything like that. So it doesn't look like it's gonna go well.
No, man,
No.
I think she's gonna tell her no. And what sucks about it is, I don't know if Xander's gonna tell Vanessa no. You know, so it's like,
Well, they
Yeah.
show like a preview, and it looks like
they're running off
Yoli
together.
and Xander are talking and hugging. So
yeah, I don't know.
it seems like maybe this is part of Xander's plan all along. I don't know. Maybe she's like, I just gotta. This woman might kill me or something. I better go along with it and get the hell out of here.
That's what I'm saying.
We're gonna go elope.
What Xander's been doing with Vanessa does seem a little shady towards Yoli, but like maybe there's a
You know what?
strategic plan there.
What I will say at this point, no shadier than the nonsense Vanessa's been pulling through the whole show,
Sure.
right? So I mean, the crap Xander's doing with Vanessa. I mean, the one I feel sorry for about her doing that is Yoli, right? Because
Yeah.
like you love Yoli and stuff, you shouldn't be doing that. Do I
Yeah.
feel bad for Vanessa at all for it? Not at all.
Yeah,
No,
maybe
no.
it's just maybe she just can't tell. Vanessa's not going to take a no, and she's just going to keep on coming, and
Yeah.
it's too exhausting or something. I don't know.
I see that.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
that girl is
She
like,
got 3 weeks she gotta be with this person.
yeah, you got to walk off. You got to pull like Ozzy and get the hell out of there.
Pack your bags and go.
You got to put on those running shoes and get the hell out
You
of
know,
there.
maybe she should have reached
call
out
that
to
Uber.
Mal and been like, maybe we can all three work
And
this out.
it's getting quickly to predictions here.
Damn.
So Yoli Mao, that ain't happening.
No, yeah, not happening.
Oh, so
Obviously, I think Sam and freaking Aussie are done. I hope they're done. Yeah, I really hope they're done for Sam's sake.
I think there could be a chance there, but I don't think they should.
Aussie's talking
Nah.
about how she realized she's her person. So
Nah, they're
Well, Ozzy was talking about quitting work and just
Right,
hanging out.
exactly, being a stay-at-home dad. You know,
yeah, like
stay-
I'm gonna.
be a stay-at-home
that's a pretty
husband.
good gig. Shoot.
yeah.
mm.
Well,
she can't take out the trash.
Well, Sam's like, well, you know what? You want to know my take? I say we just hire somebody to do the house. Right?
Let's go with that. That's even less work. for me.
That's right. But nah, dude, I don't see Sam. Even if they say yes to each other now, in the longer term, they're not going to work out. There's no way in hell.
I
Sam and Aussie
think
are working out.
Tiff says yes, even though she should say no.
She should say no.
But I
Yeah.
think she's gonna say yes.
I think she is too, but she should totally say no. Like, and quite honestly,
I don't think she is. I
so
think they're gonna
should
say-
Mildred. You know, quite honestly, it's like, dude, you need to find somebody that can handle your fire, and Tiff ain't it. No, none of you know.
Well, Tiff is the one that has to do the proposing, and I don't think she's going to do it.
I think
don't
she
know.
will.
I'm leaning
They're so
towards she will.
toxic. I just
Yeah,
like they would have
exactly.
left each other by now.
Yeah.
Like you know?
They have multiple
Well,
times.
exactly.
They always
exactly,
come
but they
back.
always come back. So I think Tiff's gonna.
And
propose as well.
Mildred, when pushed, kind of says the right things.
Mhm.
Like she kind of seems to know where the line is with Tiff.
Yep.
And even Tiff, like when Mildred runs away, she runs after her too. So
Oh yeah.
Like, why do all this
And
if you're not? You're
you know
just gonna
what?
call
I
it
think
quits?
she's gonna propose.
It's all fun and games to be in a toxic relationship where you break up and then you're passionate about getting back together. That's a relationship versus a marriage. That's different. And I
Yeah.
think Tiff sees that. So I don't think she does. I don't think she proposes.
I don't know if Tiff does see
I
it.
hope she doesn't.
mean,
And she kind of, I think she sees it, but
But
She
she,
gonna
go there with
do
it.
it
but she loves
she's
Mildred.
even questioning that herself. Like,
Yeah.
why, how do you get married to a person you're not in love? But I think she's gonna find out.
Well, and the thing, right, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I think Tiff's gonna propose, even though she shouldn't. She needs to let that relationship go and just go find herself somebody stable.
Stable.
Yeah.
Now, what about Lexi and Ray? Do they stay together?
Ooh, this one's tough.
Yeah.
Probably not. I'm gonna say.
I don't think Ray says yeah.
No, I'm gonna say no.
Or
Ray has to propose.
Ray's
she
gotta
has to
propose.
propose. Yeah, I don't think so.
There's a small chance I'm saying that maybe she would, but overall, I mean, my heart, my gut, I'm saying no.
She's
I
not
don't think
ready
she would,
for
no.
marriage.
She's not, and quite honestly, neither is Lexi, man. Just after all the stuff I've seen of her, it's like you're not ready for marriage. You need to learn marriage is a two-way street. It's two people conversing together, coming up with ideas together. It's not all about me and how I want things to run, and just kind of pushing that on you.
Yeah, but you know
She-
what? When
she
she
needs to
was
learn.
with Mal, they didn't have any of those issues. So I think it's because Ray put Lexi in this situation, honestly.
I think when
Uh.
two people get together, they take on roles, and I
Right.
think when this relationship was formed, Lexi kind of took on that role, whether or not Ray pushed her into taking that role, or Lexi
I
took
just
it on
don't think
Well,
herself.
Lexi
Lexi's-
can forgive 100%
Yeah.
for
Well,
what Ray did. And
Lexi's
that's
got a strong
gonna cause
personality.
issues.
She's a very strong personality. Ray
Mhm.
doesn't.
Yeah.
So
Well,
Yeah.
that's why I think it normally works, but
yeah, I
she's
don't.
not gonna be able to forgive Ray.
No, she's
No.
not.
And the fact that she did it with Vanessa, who
Oh,
Lexi,
Yeah.
pissed her off even more. Yeah.
detests.
She's like, it could have been anybody else in this house. She's like, but you had to do it with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. And I think that's like an issue. And the fact that like she cut like Vanessa off early and like they established her as like an enemy and then she went and did that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She's
And,
toxic.
and on top of it, then she didn't say she regretted it, had no remorse for it, right? So yeah.
And she had promised she
Well,
would.
I mean, she
Yeah.
kind of apologized. She
Yeah.
says
Yeah.
she's regretful, but it doesn't
It was a choice
come
I
across
made.
convincing.
Right, exactly.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So Vanessa, you think is gonna
Vanessa-
propose?
I think Vanessa's gonna propose, and I think, dude, it's 50-50 with me on what Xander's gonna do. Hell,
I-
She ain't giving us
I
much.
think Xander wants to say no, but you know,
Yeah.
Vanessa has her way with it.
yeah.
Dude, Vanessa got her claws in her, man. She got her claws.
But I
in
think
her.
she does turn it down.
Yeah,
But
probably.
Yeah. Which I mean, if you're
she
having
probably
this-
told the producer like, you need to have Yoli on standby after I turn this
So
down.
we gotta get in the car and go.
Pull me away.
So-
And if there could be a security person nearby,
Or
that would be
three.
great. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
No,
mean, and maybe there's stuff we're not seeing because these shows are
oh,
edited.
we know
you
there's we know there's a ton of stuff we're not
So
seeing.
this I don't know who I'm rooting for at this point because
Yeah.
there's all these relationships are kind of a train wreck right now.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm still kind of rooting for Yoli and Xander. But,
Yeah, I think they are kind of
you know.
cute because you really see the passion there. I just
Mhm.
can't really forgive Xander for how she's
done
playing
with
this out.
Vanessa.
Yeah.
And then you feel bad for Mal. Like, what about Mal?
that's true.
She did nothing wrong.
I like Mal, but
Mal needs to find a different person too. I mean,
Yeah.
I just don't. After watching all this stuff and kind of just the way her and Yoli are reacting towards each other this past couple weeks, I think Mal's gonna be better off finding somebody else.
I don't see a romance between them.
Exactly.
But
Yeah, I guess that's it, man. I'm I'm definitely looking forward to see how the rest of this
Crazy show.
train wreck works out, man. Dude,
yeah.
I can believe how much drama there was. I was like, damn, it's just nuts, man. This show got
normally you
crazy
have
this
one
first
couple
episode.
that's just a huge success story, and maybe they'll get that out of this, but
yeah,
like
I'm not-
with Xander and Yoli, but
that's really the only option that we're gonna. I was like,
it's
whoa.
not a clean one for me. So
And are we going to call them Zoli?
Zoli. Yes.
Obviously.
Zoli. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it, folks. This is wow, man. I don't even know what else to add to this because, damn, dude. Normally, I've got a pretty good idea, with these shows. I think we all do. Like, yeah, we think this person's gonna work. This is gonna work this time. I'm like, man, what the hell's gonna happen? So, but please tell us what you guys think. 'Cause I'd love to hear some comments on this one, man. Like, who you guys think's gonna work?
Yeah.
Kind of how and how would they work? Right after all the stuff we'd seen happen. If some of these couples do manage to stay together, how are they going to get past some of the stuff that's happened? Yeah, that's what I'd like to know. But hey, as always, we love doing this with you guys. And hey, hit like and subscribe, and we'll check you out our next review.
see ya.
See ya. No, I'd like to think that Tiffany has had an epiphany. Tiffany with her an epiphany. We're gonna call him Zoli. Zoli works a lot better than Molly. Because their ship name, Mal and Zoli and Yoli. Would have been Molly.
And she's like,
Say it! Say it! Tell me back, damn it!
Yeah, that he brought up. He didn't bring up how, yeah,
fun, dude.
they were taught, they were like, we got this right.
Well, yeah.
You
I
and
mean,
me, you and
Xander's
me.
hitting.
No,
She's like,
I'm gonna go have some more sex. You go have some more sex. You go have some more sex.
She's like,
Don't worry.
can't.
I
We're
think
gonna-
Xander's having goodbye sex.
Yeah.
I can't believe she said that.
You
I'm
look
like-
just like her
I
when
was
you
like-
just did
Can you
that.
believe what they did to me? That's probably the most mad I've been in a long time. Yeah.
It's the millennium God.
That's why
You
we
have
should
like an
root for
eyelash on your cheek the whole time.
You're gonna see it. I don't even see it.
I see it. Been talking to me. I'm here, guys.
Hey guys.
What's going on? I'm here for the ride.
Yeah.
Do you want to
Hey guys, I'm on camera.
help me?
I'm on
Get him up?
camera, guys. It's too late now. It's already over.